y'all, it's your girl Nique, and you are watching Speak with Nique. And I have a special guest tonight, and I'm so excited because I'm one of her probably one of her biggest fans. So I want y'all to welcome Shaolinn to the chair.
Hi guys.
Hey boo.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, you happy right now? You in a good mood?
I'm glad I'm here. It's fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask some questions. You know, I'm getting your business a little bit. You know, might get a little dirt. Getting a little dirt, you know, boyfriend type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nah, maybe. I don't know. But I'm ready. I'm just gonna ask you a few questions. We're gonna have fun. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, what experience or artist inspired you to sing? Like, briefly take us through your journey, how you got here, and what made you want to do what you do now.
So, it all started since last year, 2019, in March. My friends, they wanted to do their first show.
Okay.
And they wanted me to be a part of it because, you know, I'm their best friend. And I did it. And it so happened that Chris, at the time, I didn't know him, but he knew my mom.
Okay.
And he saw one of the posts of me singing to a song, Sweater Weather, I think it was. And he decided to come to one of my shows. And when he saw me perform, he knew that I had to go somewhere with it.
Okay.
So he just invested from then on, and then that's when I met T at the studio for the first time. And it just went on from there. And because of, you know, Chris investing in me with the whole money for traveling and just me staying at his place and the studio times and leasing music and stuff.
Right.
Because of that, we got far in a short amount of time, going to Atlanta and doing the Revolt Summit and everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So Chris, by the way, is Manager of the Year. You know, I call him Manager of the Year because I think he's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you said in 2019, like that was your first time ever performing. When did you write your first song?
When I was 15.
But you wouldn't really sing out? Did anybody know you could sing? I mean, of course your friends did.
Yeah.
But you didn't try to pursue it until 2018?
Yeah.
It's not even halfway through 2020 and you've done such amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So, well, I guess that's when my next question was, when did you decide that you wanted to do it? So 2019.
Yeah.
And he was like, yes, you were good. So what else? Did anything else say, okay, yeah, maybe I am pretty good to do this?
Just ever since I started putting my music out on SoundCloud as well, because I also did that when I started off, just getting the support off of SoundCloud too, because I was getting like a lot of plays and a lot of views that I didn't even know where it was coming from. I guess just me like promoting it on Instagram so much.
Right.
And it was like because of that, that also led me to want to continue making music. But yeah, like at first I was making music for like a couple of years, but I never really thought that people would like my stuff like that, and I never really made it to the point to where I would take it seriously. Okay. But then when I would always perform in front of my friends and stuff, I knew that is what I wanted to do.
Okay. Now you said you wrote your first song at 15. You remember what it was called?
So the first one that I wrote at 15, I was in this phase of rock music, and I wrote a rock song.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Do you remember how it go?
No, but I know that it had to deal with like puppets. And it was very like punk rock-ish. Okay. Because that was back when I was also in my rock band phase too.
Wow, punk rockish puppets. I want to hear that song. I need for you to find the lyrics to that because I need to hear that. That sounds like it would be a good song. So do you work with other writers on your music?
On my music specifically?
On your music specifically.
I'm my own writer.
You wouldn't, like if somebody wanted to write for you, would you let them?
See, I've had this talk with my engineer T, and before I was like strongly against people writing for me because I felt like it wasn't really original, I guess you can say. Right. But now it's like just seeing all these artists and just seeing what I can do, knowing that I would write for someone, if someone were to write for me and they're like, I can only hear you on this song, then I would give it a shot.
Okay.
But like if it's just me, like if I'm writing a song for myself, I wouldn't want someone to help me with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you can't get personal. Like you wouldn't be able to understand what they're writing, right? So feel that. Okay, I got you. But you will let writers write for you. Okay, that's dope. So do you draw inspiration from real life experiences or?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Songs? All your songs are personal or experiences from maybe other people?
It's a mixture of both. I feel like a lot of my songs that I did before, like my songs on Oh Me, were very personal. And but then I feel like my songs now that I'm working on, like on my new EP and stuff, I feel like that's more of other people's experience. Okay. And a mixture also with mine, but it's like I feel like it's kind of, writing music is kind of like writing a story, so it doesn't really have to always be personal, you know what I mean? Right. So, but yeah, I've been venturing off to that.
That's good. What's the name of the new EP? You got a name for it yet?
It's called Solutionless.
Oh my gosh. Can I get my first listen? Can I get the first listen?
Yeah, you can.
Please? I'm going to do it anyway because my husband is terrific and I'm going to listen to the I'm going to listen anyway. But so I'm going to name a few of my favorite songs from you. And I want you to tell me like the story behind them. Yeah. So you know my favorite Shaolinn song is Missed Calls. Like what's the story behind that? What made you come up with Missed Calls?
So this was around the time, I wrote this song when I was 16, but I put it out when I was turning 18 at the time. But when I made this song, I was 16. This was around when I was in high school. And, you know, my first love, we were like on and off and stuff like that. So at the time when we were off, it was just, I was in this period because I was in a real like bad mental state. So it was like I was in this period to where there were people that were constantly like expecting a lot from me when I was going through a lot, and they wanted me to be there for them. They wanted me to answer their calls. They wanted me to provide and give them advice. And then if I wasn't there, then I'm a fake friend. And it's like, to me, it's like, before when I was younger, I didn't want to be that person that wasn't there for people. And it was like, but then it came to a point in time to where I did need space. Right. And that's what that song was about, was there, I get it, like, you guys have your problems, but I have my own too. So it's like, a lot of times I don't want to pick up the phone, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what it's about.
I love that. I love that because for you to write that song at 16, and I ain't giving my age, but to have a grown woman like feel like, I love that song because there are times where I feel so overwhelmed that I never take care of self. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to just be like, nah, this is about me for right now, and be selfish, and it's okay. Okay, so my next one is Glance. What's that about?
So you
could curse.
Okay.
You could curse. Do whatever.
Okay. So that one is, it's kind of self-explanatory. I mean, there are some like, hidden meanings in the lines, but in the general sense, don't feel like you getting sexual with me is solving problems. Like, a lot of people feel like sex is the answer. Right. And it's not, because it's like, if we're arguing and nothing is getting solved, don't think that, like, having sex with me after or even before is solving the issue, because it's not. Right. And then that's usually what happens. People think that because they make love or they love each other, that they have to tolerate the problems or the issues that are going on in the relationship or ignore them like nothing's happening, because they think that having sex or making love is solving it, and it's not.
You're so young and wild. That's crazy.
So,
That's dope.
That's what that song is.
I love your answer to that, because not too many young kids, I ain't calling you a kid, but you know what I'm saying, young, like my daughter's 13 and she loves your music. So like to hear you say that, like that's a great thing, like for young kids to hear.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't have that. They don't have nobody to tell them that.
Yeah.
Or they have their parents to tell them, but they don't listen to their mama and daddy. You know what I mean? They listen to somebody else. So that's enough with the songs. Let's go to the next question. Like, are you professionally trained, or are you like, do you just open your mouth and the heavens open up? Like I mean, like, are you vocally trained?
Is chorus for like 3 years training, because I did chorus for like 3 years, but besides that, not really.
You never had a vocal coach?
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That's surprising.
Yeah,
That's
I guess just from like chorus, like learning, the one thing I got out of that was just learning to not sing from the throat. So it's like I guess that's just what helped me, because I know my limits.
Yeah.
And it's like what really messes me up, it's not the singing, it's me yelling, because I play video games and stuff. So it's like, it's me yelling constantly and screaming, and that's what messes me up, not the singing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So who would you like to work with in the industry, and why?
In the industry, I would like to work with Joji. He's fire.
Who?
Joji.
Joji.
Yeah, he's a Joji. He's fire.
What type of music he does?
He does like lo-fi, pop, alternative, like it's just all different, like not even EDM, but just, I don't know, it's just good though. It's good.
I bet you my son listens to him. He likes like lo-fi music. Yeah.
He probably does know Joji.
Yeah.
But I'm not good with knowing the producers, but there are mainly producers that I want to collab with more than artists. I feel like a lot of producers that I know, like on SoundCloud, I don't know the names, but I could pull up the beats and stuff.
Right.
But there are a lot of producers that I know on SoundCloud and on YouTube that I would love to do like music with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like in the beginning, you mentioned to me the Revolt competition. So, like, I know the details of it because I love you so much, and I talked to Chris. So, but like, tell the people, like, they've never heard that story. How did that come about? Like, what was the steps? Tell me about it.
So, Chris told me about this convention that was going on in Atlanta, and I thought it was gonna be like an anime convention and stuff like that. So like,
why did you think anime?
I don't know. like I thought it was gonna be like stands, but he said it was music. So I was like, so is it like how they do with the anime conventions, but just make that music? Like that's what I was expecting.
Right.
But it was a lot better than that. And we went down there, and we were just supposed to go there just to walk around.
Right.
But then we saw that there was auditions going on to perform on the big stage to win a prize
competition.
to win a $5,000 cash prize, and like deals, like to get studio time and like get like work with the Dream and stuff like that.
Oh, dope.
So when we got there, it was a lot of people, and it was hot. It was a lot of people there. And when we saw the audition things going on, we were like there was already a pre-list that was happening, and then there was a list happening then. So me and Chris were waiting in line, and we were like the 60th people to wait in line. And they were actually gonna end it in like 15-20 minutes, and we were like in the back of the line, so it was already too late. Like we knew that we weren't gonna get called in time.
Right.
Until one of the ladies that was taking care of the auditions, her name was Mercedes, she came up and she asked, "Are there any singers?" And Chris immediately was like, I have a singer. and then she came up to me, she was like, "Sing something to me." So I sung a song that I made when I was 16, and she was like, okay. She was like, okay, good. And they took a picture of me, and then they told me to wait. But me, not like just being clumsy and just in my own world, I walk in the middle of someone's audition, and I'm like, And then I gotta close the door because they all looking at me, and I'm like, oh crap. And then I closed the door, and then they were like, no, don't go in there. I thought, okay. So then when I finally went in there, I sung to them, and they loved it. I was only supposed to do one song, but they had me do like 4.
Wow.
And they were like, oh, you got a rap song? Let me hear you rap. I showed them Radiance. They loved it. They were like, oh, you got lo-fi? Let me hear. I showed them Monday. They loved that. And they were like, you got R&B? Like, you got like In Your Feelings type stuff? And I showed them Glance, and they loved it so much. And then they actually loved me to the point to where they didn't want me to go on stage.
They didn't want you to compete?
Yeah.
Wow. Because
they were like, you're so good. They were actually, you asked Chris, they were actually gonna like not bribe, but like bargain with us and be like, if you don't go on the stage, we'll put you something in the water. If you don't go on stage, we'll give you a deal. Like this, that, and third. We'll give you more than 5,000. They were just like going crazy. But then they were gonna give me the lowest score out of everyone. But then Mercedes, like, they talked to the lady that brought me in there, and she was like, just let that girl go on stage. Right. So then I got a call, and they said that, I made it. So then I performed Overthrown. Yeah. And then the judges, they loved it. Andre loved it. Rest in peace. Yeah. I was so sad when I heard that. Yeah. But they loved it, and he loved it especially. And when I had won, he immediately took me backstage and just started interviewing me. That's and so dope. They said that after we had left, and after he had left, he was wearing my sticker on his like pants to the parties, and he was like talking about me and stuff. Yeah, that's fire. Yeah. Andre Harrell, that's legendary. Yeah. That's dope though. So you won the competition, won the 5 Gs. Dang, and who was judging? It was Remy Ma, The Dream, Andre Harrell, and I forgot the other guy's name. What was the other guy's name? I think he was... what was the name? I remember the picture. I just can't think of who. He was, he's Young Jock. Yeah. Young Jock. The guy with... No, not him. The guy who Justice. I was about to say Justin. Oh, okay. But I thought it was Justin. Okay. Okay, Justice. Yeah, it was him, Remy Ma, Andre Harrell, and then The Dream. And it was the 4 of them. And it was amazing, yeah. So to sum it all up, you didn't even know where you was going. Nah. You wasn't even about to audition. Nah. It just so happened that the lady's like, I need a singer. They were tired of rapping. And Chris is like, yo, I got one. You get up there and you kill them all. That's dope. That's awesome. That's awesome. That was a good look for VA, because I remember seeing it all over Facebook, like, yo, Shaolinn just won, and I'm like, wow, screaming. But I'm that's dope. You so much. That's also, you brought up Andre Harrell. You had the opportunity to actually meet and talk to him. You already told me about that experience, but was there anything like in the making? Was he trying to sign you? Oh yeah, there was a lot of things that was happening, but it was like every time when we were trying to get something done, something was happening. Like the Oscars, I think he had to go to the Oscars or the Grammys, so he was busy doing that. And then on top of that, the coronavirus hit. Right. So it was like everything was just happening all at once, and he didn't have time. Yeah. And he wanted to, so because I had his number and I was texting him, and he was also talking to my manager. Right. So, and people were talking to him about me, so it was like things were going to happen, but it just didn't. And it's really sad that things didn't happen, before he passed, because I really wanted to like do things with him, because he really supported me. Right. So it was just really sad. And he doesn't seem like the type that would try to change you. It seemed like he would just let you be Shao, and do your thing. Okay. Yeah. So if you could put together a tour, who going on tour with you? Indie and industry artists. And indie artists, my friends, Soda Pop, Nique, he would go on tour with me. Demarius, which is Sinbad, he would go on tour with me. My best friend Barry, son, he would definitely go on tour with me. And Maggie, which is one of my good friends too. I have a song with him that's out. He would go on tour with me. Artists in the industry, I would want Joji to go on tour with me. Okay. I would want probably Billie Eilish to go on tour with me. Oh yeah. And I would want, I'm trying to think of the artists that I listen to, because my brain went dead. And I would want, I think Jack Stauber, I think that's how you say his name. I would want him to go on tour with me. Yeah, just weird artists.
Weird, different artists. I got you.
Yeah.
But that's dope. That's dope. There's a lane for all of that, which is why you only been doing it for a year and everybody's in love with you. So now I ask everybody this question. Like, what's the most useless talent you have? Like,
the most useless talent I have. Oh gosh, I gotta think. So, I've been double jointed in my thumbs my whole life, so I can pop my thumbs out.
Ow!
Also,
stop it!
I could also bend it back.
Oh my God!
Like this.
All right, I get it.
So,
I get it. You making my stomach hurt.
Hey, I forgot I could do this.
Why is she so excited about it?
So if that's not a talent, then I don't know what is. So, because that ain't fire.
It looks broken. Ew.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Because I have such I'm so small.
Yeah.
And then I have long fingers, so it's like people just love that I do weird stuff with my arms and everything. Because they're like, you look stupid. I'm like.
She was really no. Okay, so if you couldn't do music, if music wasn't an option, what career would you be in? What would you be doing?
Two things: either be a streamer, like a YouTuber, or a Twitch streamer, or be a therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would want to be a therapist to younger kids or whoever? Whoever.
Just a therapist. I want, I would want to be a therapist.
So mental health is a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right, so after all is said and done, how do you want people to remember you as an artist?
I want people to remember me as not someone who's in this sound box, basically this box that just has one specific sound, because a lot of people tend to generalize that. A lot of people think that I don't have any happy songs, I'm always sad and I'm always talking about getting my feelings hurt, or I don't have anything else, and it's like I do. It's just people just like that side, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that's the side people relate to.
People can connect.
But I just want people to know that there are times where if I'm gone from music or whatever, to listen to my music and not think that when my sounds have changed over the years that I was going crazy or something like that. No, it's just me doing different things, you know. And I want people to know that you can always be yourself, and there's always someone out there that is going to love you for who you are, whether that's what you do or how you act or anything, and to not really care about what people think and just do what you want to do, you know?
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
So wise. I'm just going to let you talk to my daughter all day because she be stressing me out. But anyway, we're about to get out of here. So tell the people where they can find your music, what you got coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, tell them everything.
You can find my music on Apple Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And you can also find it on my website, samuraishao.com. My EP that is currently out right now is called Oh Me, and you can listen to that on all streaming platforms. And a new EP that I am working on is going to be out soon, and I'm going to be dropping the singles every week or every other 2 weeks, we'll see. But I definitely have a lot of stuff coming out. Also, my new single, Retro Love, is going to be coming out too. So I'm excited about that, but yeah. Samurai Shao, it's my Instagram. Follow me.
All right, Shao, thank you so much. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. You know, I'm a huge fan. I wish you nothing but success, and I know that you're going to be so far out of here, in a matter of a year. I just know the longevity of your career is going to be absolutely amazing. I look forward to seeing that. So Shaolinn is about to hit this stage, and I'm so excited. And I hope y'all enjoy it. Thank y'all for tuning in to speak with me.
Bye guys. am mixing honey in your pot and okay, mixing all of the beauty when you stay. Oh, how it shimmers like gold. You hear the stories unfold. You are all I ever want in my star. All I ever needed, we have. All I ever wanted, 'cause you cannot find, no, you can't compare. Stir me, oh, stir me like honey, like honey. Worth more than gold, I last longer than money. Call you my boo, babe, the more that you want me. Stir me, oh, stir me like honey, like honey. Worth more than gold, I last longer than money. Call you my boo, babe, the more that you want me. You are all I ever wanted, my star. All I ever needed, we have. All I ever wanted, 'cause you cannot find, no, you can't compare. Sugary sweetness, I've been on the ride, trying to find the reason. Baby, I see love. You are enchanted by the way I she got you drooling, now you're hypnotized. Oh, the pressure's burning so much you're learning. Whoa, the pressure's burning so much you're learning. You are all I ever wanted, my star. All I ever needed, we have. All I ever wanted, 'cause you cannot find, no, you can't compare. Stir me, oh, stir me like honey, like honey. Worth more than gold, I last longer than money. Call you my boo, babe, the more that you want me. Stir me, oh, stir me like honey, like honey. Worth more than gold, I last longer than money. Call you my boo, babe, the more that you want.